Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I provided an update on what's happening with the Maxpeedingrods coilovers. So I have received the new replacement cartridges, or the shop component of the coilover. What I had to do was bring my set back to the performance shop. Then I had to disassemble the whole coilover set there, replace it with the new cartridges, and leave the old cartridges with the shop, because they're going to either send it back to Maxpeedingrods or just destroy them. I know it's a little waste because those little dials for adjusting the damper, they're all still usable, they're still good, but you know, it is what it is. I just left them there. I don't really care as long as I have a set that is working. Though the set that came was also like kind of greasy in the bags, but it wasn't excessively oily like the set that came originally. So I just replaced them. They were rebounding, so I was like, okay, well, I guess they're still good. So as I was reassembling them at the shop, I noticed a few of the flaws of this set, and I guess some of the YouTube people that have bought these coilovers have actually mentioned this. So I'm just going to go over some of the stuff that I see, and I'll show you what the coilovers look like now. Alright guys, so here's the box of coilovers. This isn't a new set, this is the same set. It's just that I had to bring this back to the shop and replace the cartridges at the shop. So it's a little bit dusty, the box. It has been sitting a while. I haven't gotten around to installing these or looking at them again after I got the new ones from the shop. So, oh, and by the way, if you notice my gloves, basically what I've done here is just tape up any of the breaks and stuff that are on the gloves. I don't like throwing away the gloves because gloves are really expensive right now. And I want to use them to the full potential before I toss out the glove. So usually when a thumb rips off or something like that, then I throw the glove away. But I try to reuse it as long as I can. Alright. So here's those cards. Useless. So as you notice, 3 of them are disassembled or not in its bags. That's because these are the 3 that I actually replaced. And I'm just going to quickly disassemble one of them and show you guys what I'm talking about with flaw. They're all the same for all 4 of them, so it doesn't matter which one you disassemble. They're all the same kind of inner tube and all that kind of stuff. So first things first, let's just look at this one. So it's easy because I don't have anything tightened down. So when you're disassembling this, everything looks fine up until you pull this all off. And then you get to this part right here. Let's take the spring out. So you get to this part right here. And I'll bring you up close just for you to take a look. So you notice that clip right there. And this washer, it has a little bit of a indented end. So it's bezeled in there. And then it sits right on top here, like that. And it goes in flush. So it's all relying on this little clip to hold it in place. So I think it's a very stupid design. For most shock manufacturers, it's actually supposed to be wider on the bottom here, or at least have a sleeve that's on here, so the washer doesn't go down any further. But this is relying all on this little dinky clip. So I'm not sure how much I trust this clip. And people say over time it just wears out and it breaks. So already you can see it's kind of like changing color and stuff. It's supposed to be black. And it is a little bit of a different color now. And it's not from much use either. I haven't used it at all, unless these are a used set. But it all relies on that clip, and then this top hat sits on top. So what I'm talking about is if that clip gives, this whole thing would just drop, and then I guess this rod, this piston, will just pop right off the top because there's nothing holding it. It'll just come right off. But I'll show you guys the rebounding of this. So that's what it's supposed to look like. It's a lot faster and stiffer. I'm not sure if the settings and stuff I'm not sure if it's because of the settings or not, but you can hear them click pretty smooth, I guess. But I hear it's very common for these valves to break too, so it always needs a replacement here and there. But I believe that just stiffened it. But again, it rebounds. So I'm just going to turn it all the way back to the other side where it was originally. So that's basically one of the flaws that I see with this set. Other than that, I mean, the leaking and everything of the inner sleeve, I mean, it's great. It's kind of a good manufacturing tactic to have everything using the same kind of inner, I don't know, cartridge piece. But I hate the fact that they're using this with the little circlip. I mean, this is just poor manufacturing, poor design. So if this gives, we're pretty much done. But I think what I'm going to do is, just for safety measure, I might just replace that with a stronger clip, maybe a more stronger steel clip. So how you would do that is you would just have to measure it out and order it online. So yeah, it's definitely all rely on that. So, so what I'm going to do is show you guys how to measure that, and then what kind of size clip you'll be ordering if that clip does go. You can actually find them on eBay and stuff for a whole set, or you can just order the clips the size that you need. And yeah. All right, so you'd use your, I guess, your gauge here. That is set to 0. Let's reset it first. Okay, so what you would do is you measure this. And it says, I guess, 11.9 inches. And I guess the closest size to that, it would be a 12 millimeter. So that is a M12 size rod, I believe. And they would sell clips in M12 size. I mean, I'll just pull this circlip off and show you guys. You would just measure the inside of here too and try to match it with the specs online. So there you go, the clip is off. So this is what the clip looks like. It's a pretty crappy looking clip. Where did my gauge go? There it is. So now you would measure this inside diameter and get a sense of what size that is. So it says 10.9. Yeah, so 10.9 is what the size is. So it would be an M12 with a 10.9 inner diameter. That's the kind of circlip that you would need. You match those specs up and you'll be able to order a new one. But obviously, I don't trust that we're relying 100% on this thing for performance. So if this thing pivots a lot and wears this clip out, you're next to kind of failing on this coilover. So there you go, guys. That was basically me telling you guys what the flaw is for these coilovers, at least one of the flaws. I mean, it looks like Maxpeedingrods did come through and did send us another set of, I guess, the cartridges. So I got 3 replacement cartridges and they all work flawlessly right now at this point in time. I will be showing an install video of me putting them in the car in the near future. For now, I'm just going to leave them in the box. I'm not going to touch them for the time being because I have other work on the car that I'm currently working on, and you know, doing the suspension isn't something that is priority anyways, but I do want to see how they sit on the car. So a video of that is probably going to come sooner or later. But anyways, guys, that's basically the coilovers, and if I were to recommend something, I would say don't get them. They're actually really poorly made. They look fine right out of the box. They look like good quality. The metal, everything feels good. Don't get me wrong. It's just that when you see how the top hat's held on by a clip, and how it came leaking right out of the box, and when you do more research on YouTube, on other reviews, there's a ton of bad reviews for these coilovers. People just toss them in the garbage. These are non-sponsored people, like myself. I'm not sponsored. I paid for these, and I paid 570 Canadian for these because I paid the shop for it. So I didn't get it for like $300 like you guys see on the website. Even if it's $300 after the currency conversion at like 1.35 or whatever, it ends up being not so cheap. You know, I should have spent a little bit more and got myself a better quality set. like Yanaka or something like that. Although you guys probably have a lot to say about Yanaka as well, but I'm just using that as an example. Obviously, I would probably choose something like TN or something like that, but the basic of TN is also made in China, but I guess better quality control and all that kind of stuff. But there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share the video. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!